Hi, I'm Ohio nursing home abuse lawyer Will Eadie. I want to talk for a second about Ohio's assisted living facilities, called under the law residential care facilities, but you'll never hear it described that way by the industry, and the issues I've seen with regard to taking on residents that they're not able to care for, residents who really need nursing home, long-term care setting, or keeping residents who may have been appropriate when they were admitted to the assisted living facility, but their needs grow over time and it's obviously exceeds the assisted living facility's abilities. And what we're seeing when families contact us is that they're never being told by the assisted living facility to look into a nursing home setting, look into a higher level of care, or get outside care providers to provide that level of care. It's really a big problem. When I talk to nursing home and assisted living abuse lawyers throughout the country, we meet at conferences or I'm presenting to them, I hear this time and again in most states. There's just not enough regulation, or I really think not enough enforcement of those rules and regulations to keep residents safe. And I want to give a shout out to the Cleveland Plain Dealer and John Caniglia, a writer there, who wrote up a great article. I'm going to post it in the comments about the situation, the need for enhanced enforcement, and in particular a case that is one of our cases, a very sad case where a woman was sexually assaulted in one of these facilities by another resident. And frankly, the assisted living facility probably shouldn't have had our client in the facility, certainly not if they're going to allow residents like the one who assaulted her to be there. They just weren't capable of providing a safe environment to our client or our client's now and sadly decedent. And they certainly weren't able to provide the care and staffing needed to keep the resident who assaulted our resident away from vulnerable residents. So it's really a sad case where without any kind of oversight, without any kind of real focused attention on these facilities, we're going to keep seeing putting profits over resident safety. They want to fill these beds. They want to, if that means they have to take in people with behavior issues, they have to take in people who maybe are prone to bad behavior, criminal behavior, things like that. They're going to do that to make that money to fill those beds, even while they have vulnerable residents who can't protect themselves from those people. So everybody, when you get to a certain age and certain care needs, assisted living may be appropriate, a nursing home setting may be appropriate. I'm not saying because somebody has particularly cognitive limitations that lead to behavior issues, dementia can lead to outbursts or violent behavior. It's not that those people don't deserve a safe place to live as well. They actually need to be taken care of in a way that prevents them not only from harming themselves, but also from harming others. And that's just not happening. I'm seeing it time and again. We're getting all kinds of calls throughout Ohio and hearing about it in other states on a regular basis. So I'll put a link to the article. I think it's well worth a read. And if you are someone whose loved one and is in a long-term care setting, make sure you know whether it's a nursing home or assisted living facility. Don't trust them to tell you when it's no longer appropriate to be in an assisted care facility. You need to be on top of what are their needs and is this facility meeting them or not. And don't be afraid to get outside consults on that. You really, whether it's going to a primary care physician who's not associated with the facility, or asking questions of other types of care providers about the care needs and whether this facility can meet them. And then, of course, watching those staffing levels. We see that all the time, that not enough staffing. In this case that's in the article, they had 4 hallways in the facility, and they only had 2 aides, both of whom were paid very little, were not state tested, and had only been working there a short amount of time to monitor 4 hallways. Well, you can't do that. That's just not sufficient, not adequate. And yet, that doesn't get them dinged for poor staffing. So, keep an eye out for all this. I'm attorney Will Eadie, Ohio nursing home and assisted living abuse and neglect lawyer. Please leave a comment. Give us your thoughts, whether you're a family member, or a care provider. We're open to dialogue so that we can make sure everyone stays safe and healthy in a nursing home. Thanks.